Let me try to lure a mongoose.
Stop, man!
No! Dude, let's kill the horse.
Excuse me? Do you know what time it is?
11:30.
Actually, it's Adventure Time!
Cartoon Network just announced that they were bringing back 3 fan favorite series. We're getting an Adventure Time movie, a regular show revival, they're bringing back Gumball, and we even got our first look at the Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends revival, Foster's Fun Time for Imaginary Friends. We're back, baby! The network is really freaking back!
I'm back! I'm back!
Unless you're a Steven Universe fan.
My back! Oh, my back!
The network has been going full force with these revivals on the channel. I mean, I suppose that bringing back comfort shows is more financially viable than risking the money on just original series, which is the only downside to this news. But I'm sure the network will consist of a healthy mix of nostalgia and nostalgia, trademark. I'm sure for every revival show that the network does, we'll have multiple new original series, so I don't think there's anything to worry about there. Now, originally the plans for this week was supposed to be a OKKO Let's Be Heroes deep dive, but this news dropped out of nowhere, so I had no choice but to talk about it and refine the OKKO script for next week. But in the meantime, while all these revivals excite me, they also confuse the hell out of me. Not in a bad way, not at all. I just have so many questions. When does the Adventure Time movie even take place? I'm curious to know where it fits in the timeline, or if it'll just be the original Adventure Time movie idea that they had in 2018 before they decided to cancel it in favor of the Teen Titans Go to the Movies movie. But in other good news, Rebecca Sugar will be a part of the creative team for the movie, so I guess that explains why they haven't announced a Steven Universe revival just yet, which I'm almost 100% certain is going to happen. Steven Universe is just way too big to ignore. But alongside the Adventure Time movie, we're also going to be getting 2 new spin-off series. One following BMO and the other being Adventure Time Side Quest, which we'll have to wait for more information on. And while I'm super excited for all of that, there's also the Amazing World of Gumball revival, which everyone has been waiting for forever. A movie was announced for HBO Max years ago just to receive little to no official news. It was on the table, then cancelled, and back and forth until people just stopped paying attention. But now, with Gumball's return actually being confirmed, we can all sleep easy knowing that this thing might actually be happening. Then if that news wasn't exciting enough for you, Craig McCracken has 2 series that he's been working on despite the fact that only one is confirmed. The Powerpuff Girls revival, which we know is coming, and also the Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends revival, which we just got our very first look for. And I'm very curious about that too, because I remember around the time its official announcement happened, the rumors were circulating that this show would be a preschool series. And the first look that we got definitely gives off that vibe, but that might not be such a bad thing. In the picture you see Blue, and oh my gosh, it's so nice to see him again. But in the first official picture you see Blue leading a group of people, a group of other smaller, more colorful imaginary friends that give off Lego Duplo vibes from like the Lego movie, if any of y'all remember that.
We're Duplo and we are here to destroy you.
I'm just really hoping that this is something that people of all ages can enjoy. But then again, Bluey's success have proven that people will watch anything as long as it's entertaining. And if there's one thing that I will never bet against, it's Craig McCracken. He hasn't steered us wrong just yet, to my knowledge at least, and he seemed to be very, very excited for the series. So I'm gonna just choose to be excited with him.
Mordecai! Mordecai!
Margaret! Margaret!
Mordecai!
Margaret! Margaret!
But last and definitely not least, we have Regular Show. And this one absolutely puzzles me. With the way the original series ended and every character having their arc come full circle, what more is there really to do? They all just drove off into the sunset. had the chance to have children and were replaced by new workers at the park. So will this series be following the new workers at the park? Are they going to be navigating the lives of the characters we grew up with just 25 years later? I mean, I know there's a comic run about regular show 25 years later, or maybe 20 years later, I'm not really sure. And I guess it would make a lot of sense that that's where they go. But I expected if that was the case that Max would be picking this up and not just Cartoon Network. I always thought that if regular show came back that it would definitely be for adults. Like it would lean towards the adult demographic just a little bit more, or at least be a little bit more edgy. But I'm down for any regular show content that we get. I ain't complaining. I'm just saying what I expected versus what we got. I'm down with whatever. I'm holding out my plate, okay? I'm holding out my plate. Whatever you want to put on that plate, please give it to me. Please give it to me. I will lick it clean. So I'm completely down with Cartoon Network picking it up for themselves instead of letting Max do it, which is probably for the best because it'll help keep the network alive. And at least this way, it's less likely that it gets slaughtered by David Zaslav. But either way, these revivals can only be seen as nothing but good news for the network in my humble opinion, and I cannot wait to dive back into the worlds of these characters. Here's hoping for every revival we get, we also get an original series, and I'm curious about what you want to be picked up if you had a choice. What show would you want to come back? Anything's possible because I would have never guessed that we would have gotten anything with Foster's, so literally the sky is the limit. What show does your heart desire? Mine's is personally Steven Universe, and I'm making a video on OKKO next week, so please let me know yours in the comments, please. Join the Discord in the bio and be on the lookout for next week's video, which is on OKKO Let's Be Heroes.
Excuse me, do you like hats?
Boy, I'll say.
Do you like Finn's hat?
Wow, his hat is awesome.
Then you'll love the new Adventure Time Jake vs. Meowth DVD.
Just reach into the box.
There's a bonus Finn hat with every DVD.
Perfect for headwarm. Parties. And talk about a great gift. 16 episodes and the Finn hat all for one low price.
Buy it now.